new exhibition I've called Rococo. To me, Rococo is sort of pastel-y colours. There's blues and pinks and flesh tones on a sort of buff background, like the pastel drawings of Latour. I think of that as Rococo, and sort of ornate, sort of buffy colours on wooden bases. So a lot of sort of gold and old antique browns, but on top of that, like icing colours on top, which to me is very exciting. I thought I'd explore that, so I changed my ground colour to from a sort of, well, I usually use a sort of rose or various sort of Indian yellows, and this time I chose a sort of more umber colour, which is a very traditional ground that people have used for many centuries, artists have used for many centuries. As far as subject matter is concerned, I always keep the same sort of subject matter. I try and get the difference when I use different sort of colours and patterns. Maybe that's where each exhibition might have a different feel factor. But generally it's just an excuse for me to paint what I want to paint anyway, with a slight structure to it, which is the way I like to work. I don't like to be controlled by my title. I don't want to be an illustrator. I'm a painter, and so you need a loose frame to work in. Otherwise you get too tight and constrained, and that's not what I want at all. I want to be able to come to my work with a sort of idea in the back of my mind, and then I want the freedom of letting the paint do what it wants to do and go the way it wants to go, rather than me controlling it. I've tried to bring a Versailles theme into my work using textiles inspired from that era. A lot of ribbons and curves and flowing patterns would have been used, and I've sourced either fabric from that era and used that as in my textiles, use that in my compositions, which is a theme which I haven't had before. Any new events and any updates can be found on my website and my blog site, which can be found at www.lucydoyle.com.